Welcome to the show. It is the big show. It is Thursday night, and you should be snuggled up right here next to us, the Horror Syndicate. And this is your Thursday night discourse. Okay, so we're going to be talking about Halloween 3, whether we think it's under. We're going to put this conversation to bed once and for all. We're not going to talk about it ever again after this. And then we'll talk about that. I don't know if we're going to talk about the news today about Friday the 13th. We may touch on that. But first, I'm going to touch on this guy.
Hi.
What's up?
Not much.
This is Keith. He likes apparently his Miller Lite tonight.
It's for Tom Atkins.
I get it. I got a question I want to ask everybody once we get everybody in the situation. In the situation. Anyway, we've got Nathan Thomas Miller who's on the road. He just picked up Scout Taylor Compton.
I just dropped her off.
Nate, how you doing?
She's not here.
Oh, you should have kept her in the car and then on. That's cool. How long were you in the car with her?
Uh-oh.
We'll get back to that. Jared. Believe it or not, that is Jared.
Huh?
Oh,
Yeah, here's Scout right here.
What? She's breaking up. So Seth will be with us momentarily. He is restarting his computer because it pisses him off. Yes, Jared is clean shaven and it is weird.
It is very weird.
Now, why'd you do that?
Because it's that time of year where you have to let your face breathe before the long, hard winter.
I don't know about that.
Yes.
I can't grow a beard, so I don't know anything about this.
Yes.
Try harder.
Well, I have to shave for work, so I can't really try.
Let's get a good look at this guy. There you go. Get a good look. Jared's got no beard. We got a holy shit, Jared.
Holy shit, dude.
Anyway, so yeah, like I said, we're going to be talking Halloween 3 tonight. Hit the subscribe button if you're new here. Hit the like button. Share this out. If you're watching us, hit the share button. Just share it with everybody. Share the good vibes. Let's get some people in here to talk about this fantastic movie. Did everybody hear the news about Friday the 13th? I didn't really read too much on it. Do you, like Keith, for instance, do you know exactly what's going on?
Well, Victor Miller won, so he got the rights back to the original script. I don't really know what all that entails. Like, obviously, he wrote Pamela Voorhees, he wrote Jason Voorhees, but I don't think that means he can do I don't think he owns adult Jason. I mean, he just owns young boy Jason, and
He owns the name Jason
He owns
Voorhees,
the
so.
name Jason Voorhees because he wrote it in the original script. But that doesn't mean any of this is over. There could be another appeal. Anything could happen. They could just go right back into it again.
Does this mean anything for the series? I mean, are we getting a movie finally? Not that we
I highly doubt that. It's going to take a long time. He also only owns it domestically.
Yeah.
I don't think he owns it worldwide.
Yeah, Nathan was hanging out with
Chinese
Taylor
will get a new
Compton.
Jason movie. Huh?
Jared looks like Jason Newsted. How about that?
Minus the awesome bass licks.
You need to shave the side of your head bald, like he had in the Black Album. You remember that? He had long hair with the sides of his head shaved. Yeah, go with that look. I dare you.
He just got to turn his bass down.
Right? Jesus.
All right, so
Criminal.
maybe we'll see a Friday the 13th movie. My question to you: would you guys like to see Tom McLaughlin do another movie, or Vince DeSante do a movie?
Either way for me, I don't care.
I don't
I just want a movie.
Offense, no offense to Vince, I don't want to see him do a main movie. I want him to keep doing what he's doing because it's whatever.
I just want a movie. I'd prefer, to be honest, I'd like a sequel to the remake.
I would like the series just to get one more movie and then leave it alone forever, but that'll never happen. Definitely Tom. Yeah, I want to see what he's done. I know Seth said something about that today. I think you said, is it Jason Never Dies is the movie he wants to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. Anyway, So we're here to talk about Halloween 3. And Halloween 3, a direct sequel to Part 6 would be cool. Vince DeSante had an idea for like a Netflix series where they'd have a standalone sequel for every movie, but you don't need one for 2, 3, 2 and 3 because 3 is a direct sequel to 2 and
Right.
4 is a direct sequel to 3. Anyway, Halloween 3. Are you guys ready to get into this?
Yeah, my camera would stop going blurry.
So, over the years, I'm just gonna preface this with a lot of fans that I knew just dismissed Halloween 3. I've already told my story about Halloween 3 where they were having a marathon. They showed Halloween 3, and I was waiting for Michael fucking Myers the whole time, and he never showed up, except for in that commercial. And so I was disappointed, and I didn't like the movie. I bought it to have the set when it was on VHS, blah, blah, blah. And, I didn't like it. And then it took me to get it on DVD, or the Blu-ray set, honestly, back in 2013 or whenever it was, to actually understand and like this movie a lot more, and I didn't realize also what they were trying to do with the series, which is, make Halloween stories like an anthology series, which would have been great. Imagine this: what if they made Halloween 3 and they didn't make Halloween 4 the way it was, but they made Halloween 4 a different movie, but you brought back cast members from Halloween 3, like Tom Atkins, or maybe brought Jamie Lee Curtis back, but for a whole different story. I think that would have been cool.
It would have been cool just to see Tom Atkins' character and Jamie Lee's character interact.
I mean, do they exist in the same universe? That's the question, because Halloween was a movie in Halloween 3. So
they definitely don't.
So the big question of the night is Halloween 3 underrated or overrated? Now, I proclaimed 2 years ago that Halloween was finally no longer underrated because it won one of our brackets. It beat like all these other standalone movies because it's
finally
standalone people. What?
It's no longer underrated because Horror Hound gave it a. I'm sorry. I'm punch drunk.
It's all good. Well, I mean, I think that gave it some validity because so many people were voting for it to win versus other movies. And
Halloween 1 has never been underrated. Maybe its first 6 months of release in '78.
Yeah, no, Halloween. I don't think. Some may say Halloween 1 is overrated.
Well, of course they do. They all say that.
As Ray fixes his hat.
Because I'm looking at it, it looks crooked. There we go. So Halloween. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't like Halloween 3 for a long time, and I finally understood. I think it's because my computer's crooked. But I want to get your guys' thoughts. Let's go around the table, the virtual table, and since in my screen, Keith, you're right next to me. Tell me your thoughts on the movie initially, and where you stand on this.
Well, first time I saw Halloween 3, we bought a double pack DVD at like Kmart, and it had Halloween 2 and 3. And that was a
weird pack.
It was a very weird pack, and I didn't understand that at the time, but I watched Halloween 2, then, Michael dies, and then we started watching Halloween 3, and I had seen some Halloween movies, but like I didn't really know them. And I remember distinctly having the scene from Halloween 4 where Michael's on the back of that pickup truck.
Yeah.
I had that in my brain, and I was waiting for that scene to come up in the movie like the entire time. Michael never showed up, but I had that at a young age, that DVD, so I watched it growing up. So, I mean, I always liked it, and I didn't know, like, people didn't like it, to be honest. Until,
you were always on board, huh?
Yeah.
Well, then again, you didn't grow up with in the 80s where people were bashing it completely, and after I saw it, and
that's the thing. In my generation, like, it's just a movie. Nobody I knew watched older movies, so I just had me. I didn't have the internet because I lived in the middle of nowhere, so I didn't know people didn't like it.
I mean, Seth's meme says it all. The one he sent me. I'll put it up again. It says Halloween 3, an original concept. Halloween 4, Michael Myers is back. Happy now? I mean, that's I guess that's how it was. So, Seth, you got time to give your thoughts? or is he having difficulty again?
I don't know.
I don't either.
I can hear you guys just breaking up a little bit. Can you guys hear me? Am I fine?
Yeah, we can hear
We
you.
hear you fine, yeah.
Okay.
It sounds like there's a delay.
What was your question?
What your thoughts initially of Halloween 3?
Yeah, there's totally. Oh, my initial thoughts.
Yeah.
I loved it the first time I saw it. I mean, I grew up. I grew up knowing that it had a reputation of being bad and that people didn't like it. My mom was a huge fan of the whole franchise, and she owned everyone except for Part 3. So I guess I had an expect. I went to watch it, and when I watched it, I totally loved it. I had no problem pushing aside the rest of the series from it. You know, I accepted that it was needed to take the series in a different direction, that it didn't work out, and of course we got Michael back, but so I think it's a really fun movie. Yeah, I love it.
There's a lot of fun things that you don't really
5, 4,
like,
3, 2.
unless you start getting to know the characters, you don't really catch it right away, like how much of a pimp, Dr. Chalice is. I was watching it today, and there's this, like, he was talking to the way he talked to the nurses. First of all, he probably can't talk that way to nurses anymore.
No.
Pretty
sure he like slapped her on the butt a couple times.
He did, and all I did was giggle because I was washing my car at lunch, and I'm just like, "Oh, Dr. Chalice," And what's with? First of all, let me ask this question again: what's with women throwing themselves at Tom Atkins so much? Is he
my wife said it was the mustache.
Yeah, but then in The Fog, he didn't have the mustache, and Jamie Lee was like, "Are you weird?" He's like, "Yeah," and they fuck.
Well, he has more of a personality in The Fog, in my opinion.
I mean, I'm not trying to get down on Tom Atkins. Maybe I am.
Are you sure?
Tom Atkins. No, I'm trying to get down with Tom Atkins. Anyway, I know. I'm just curious. Like, I've always liked Tom Atkins, but my first experience with him was Lethal Weapon. So,
and he's no Mel Gibson.
No, it's true. But like, getting to see him in horror films and everything, it's the stash. There we go.
It's the stash.
Now, what about you, Jared? Did you take forever to like this one, or was it always on your radar?
It's one of those movies that we've kind of discussed a few times over the years on the podcast.
It's controversial.
It felt controversial like 5 years ago, but it seems like now more than ever, finally people are coming around to it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's safe to say all of us have always been behind this movie, but I mean,
not always.
It's just, like us on the podcast, at least.
Since 2016, at least.
Right. That's what I mean. I don't know. It was one of those movies when I watched when I was younger, it didn't feel like it meshed. Obviously it didn't have the intention to, but it just didn't. So I could be one of those guys that, yeah, it did take me a little while to fall in line with what it was going for versus when I saw it when I was younger. But as a standalone movie, which it was intended to be, now that I know what it was, I wish they would have gone in a different direction. But we've gone through this before in other podcasts. Like, if they would have made this movie a different name and made it a different storyline, nothing at all to do with Michael Myers, this could have been something amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Starting with that movie.
I agree. I mean, it has a great score, great cast. Dr. Chalice is this fucking hunky stud. It's like, I mean, what more can you ask for? Colin Cochran's a great villain, in my opinion. I like the robots. By the way, spoiler alert if you've never seen Halloween 3.
There are robots.
But like, go back. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. There's a wicked delay here.
Yeah.
So if I interrupt you, I'm
You're on
sorry.
location.
I was just gonna say, with the I just wanted to say about the title thing. That doesn't bother me at all because I mean, as I've said here before, if you look at where the genre was back in the early '80s, there wasn't really a whole lot. Like the slasher franchises weren't really a thing; they were in their infancy. And this was at the rise of Friday the 13th, and so at the time, it wasn't really so unreasonable for, especially in John Carpenter's mind, to be like, I killed Michael Myers Part 2, because I mean at this point we didn't have that unstoppable serial killer coming back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the audience weren't expecting them to.
So
just
I
come
don't
back.
think it's really right. Yeah. So it was kind of a new thing back then, so it doesn't really bother me. I think when a lot of people talk about Halloween 3 now, and they talk about the title, they're looking at it from the now. Sure, today it seems weird to have this one entry in the series, but at the time, there wasn't really big slasher franchises. They were all just starting off.
Yeah, I mean, 81
so
was
the
the beginning of the boom.
expectation.
This delay's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, I keep talking and then waiting just to make sure.
The delay's weird. It's like he's like a reporter in Kuwait or something like that.
No, that's why anytime I show this movie to somebody they've never seen it, I don't tell them it's Halloween 3. I just say it's Season of the Witch. Like I just leave the Halloween part out because it doesn't matter.
The Nick Cage movie?
The Nick Cage movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Nick Cage. It doesn't
Or
matter.
the George Romero Season of the Witch?
You know what you just made me think? Now I'm thinking of Nicolas Cage trying to play Tom Atkins' character.
He could do it.
He could.
He could do it. I mean, he already got the screaming down from the bees. The bees. And I don't think this is a movie that can be remade. I just want to throw that out there real fast. But Nate, now did you see this early? Because you were still pretty young when it came out. I was 2.
When it came out, 82?
82.
Yeah, I was 6. It's the first one I saw.
Out of all of them?
Yeah, it was the first one I
Oh,
saw.
so you didn't have any expectations.
I had no idea who Michael Myers was or what the franchise was. So I just remember being like creeped out by the movie, like the whole, kid scene with the mask and the parents and the bug, and all that shit. Like the movie was effective. It was really creepy and quirky and unlike. I mean, although it's got its roots in Invasion of the Body Snatchers, it's a very highly original film. I think the Quartermass movies may have inspired it, but there's nothing quite like Halloween 3, really, which should be a bonus because I love the Halloween films, but it's just rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. Like it's just the same fucking movie over, just like the Friday movies. There's very little originality going on, but this movie is oozing with originality, and so yeah, it's time to just retire this. There's no Michael in it, so it sucks thing because it's just stupid. It just makes it's a small-minded argument. It really is. It's like this is just how it is.
Yeah, and it's one you still see in Halloween groups too on Facebook, for instance.
Yeah, we're still talking about this.
Right.
It's like, just enjoy the movie. So yeah, but there was that prejudiced time where that's kind of how it's the shitty one. It's the shitty one. But
really, Part 5 is the shitty one, right?
It's not shitty at all. It's quirky. It's a bit campy. There's some things about it that are very 80s cheese. But all around, it's a very dark, creepy, interesting movie with this Tom Atkins is almost like a pulp hero in the movie. Almost like
yeah,
you could have there's very pulpy Like the whole, like that, especially that line in the hotel room, which is my favorite, where she says, "Where do you want to sleep?" He goes, "That's a stupid."
He's like,
question.
that's a stupid question.
That's one of
That
the best
is
lines
like
ever on film.
that. I mean, I could have seen like Mike Hammer saying that in a Mike Hammer novel, or Sam Spade or somebody like that. Like it's very old school pulp noir type stuff.
He's not the hero type. Like
He's an anti-hero.
He's a divorced guy. He's apparently always drunk because when he calls his wife, she immediately thinks he's drunk.
She starts yelling at him.
Yeah, he's like,
And
"No, I'm not drunk."
Apparently, he's a bad father.
I am in a phone booth. I am not drunk.
What else, Keith? Keep going. Talk about how bad Tom Atkins is as a character.
Well, I just meant like he usually in movies like you get like the likable character. Like he's
No, he's very flawed.
exactly.
He's your everyman in a way. 5 and 6 and Resurrection are ultimate shitty ones. Hey, I love Halloween 6.
Six is fun.
I
I don't know.
think
The number 3 is like really high on my rankings, so but I'm not a big fan of the whole series. So
does everybody put it, if they rank the movies, they put I used to keep it out because it really, I don't feel like it belongs in there because Michael Myers is in it. Ranking the Myers series is what I'm doing, but otherwise, yeah, it's probably top 3 for me. Probably.
I was gonna say,
top 4.
if you were to have it as the part of the actual franchise, it would sit right where it is.
Well, I mean, I go back and forth between it and 4 because I really do like Halloween 4 a lot. But Halloween 3 is so different. It was fresh. It was something different, a whole different line of characters. And like I said, I think Conal Cochran might be the most underrated horror villain ever because nobody ever talks about him. And what he was doing.
His story time in the room where he's got Tom tied up, I love when he's like telling him about the history of Halloween and like the sacrifices and stuff.
I just noticed Seth's name is "Fuck My Computer."
No, I've got Halloween 3 in spot 3 on my rankings list.
Yeah, there's some nostalgia attached to Halloween 4 for me. It was the first new one that came out when I was aware of Halloween. Then Nate and I have talked in length about how awesome the opening credits are for Halloween 4. Just totally sets the mood. So that one probably will beat it out. And I love Halloween 2, especially over Halloween Kills. I mean Halloween, whatever.
I think the thing that Halloween 4 has that I always, not just because that established and scene, but I get a sense of town and community in part 4.
Yeah,
I don't necessarily get from the other movies.
kind of like Silver Bullet.
Yeah, I mean, you feel like there are characters beyond your main characters, and there's a town, and there's that's what that part 4 feels like, small town Midwest USA,
Which we grew up in.
Yeah, so it kind of, it's funny because the first 2 movies definitely feel like suburbia.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this movie suburbia, but I don't know what it is about it. I guess it captures that because like Illinois is really known for cornfields and shit like that, right? Corn and
Definitely
farming and all that. So,
dude,
brings in that element.
I want to tell you that we were out in Edwardsville, which is 2 towns over from me, and there's one house on this main highway. It's like a neighborhood. There's a house, a cornfield, and another house, and the cornfield's probably about 10 foot wide. It's so weird. It's like, why the fuck do they have a cornfield in their yard? Anyway, yeah. No, I mean,
there's a cornfield behind my house right now.
Is there? Well, you go. You need to shoot something back there before it's too late. I think Halloween 4 is the one that also feels more Illinois because I do live in Illinois, and we always told my little brother, "Hey, Haddonfield's not that far from us. Michael Myers was really, But like, I do feel like that one feels more like Illinois than any of the other ones. But yeah, going back to Halloween 3 and talking about Invasion of the Body Snatchers, I just watched the original one last night, and I keep forgetting that Santa Mira came straight from that movie because there's a sign that like in the first shot of Invasion of the Body Snatchers from '56, the camera pans over and it just says Santa Mira, and I think the director took that from that because I think he was a big fan of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Why wouldn't he be? Because that movie's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, comments are rolling in here. So, Seth, I saw you move twice. Remember, if you're freeze, you got to do the karate chop.
Jesus.
Where are you from, Paul? With the mob, with the guns? Yeah, I mean,
It's from
I
America. I say
yeah.
Motherfucker.
with the mob with guns. Where?
Does anyone hear a loud clicking noises, almost like a keyboard?
I can hear it, but
I don't know.
where it's
Is it
coming
this?
from. No.
This is my mouse.
Good God.
I don't know what it is.
I didn't do it.
I think it's
Jared
Jared.
eating
Jared, what are you eating?
beef jerky.
Hey, clicky beef
Yeah,
jerky.
that's probably what it is.
What?
Hold on, I'm gonna mute everybody for a second. Is it still there?
I think Seth died.
Yeah. Seth's having so much trouble with his computer right now.
I chew with my mouth closed.
I think it's the chip
I
bag.
think it's the bag, Jared.
Yeah.
Bag.
It's
Dang
a
it.
ghost in the machine, like the ghost in my house. It sounds like someone's eating plastic. Who was it that I muted? Seth, I don't know what's going on with you, man, but can you hear us?
I think he's dead.
Yeah, I'm gonna bounce him. There he bounced himself. Is it you, Jared? Man.
With my
Silence.
mouth closed.
Okay, so anyway,
I'm being polite.
I think it is Jared. Get that
I'm
shit out
being
of here.
polite.
Yeah.
I
know
think
you're hungry.
I think it's his mic picking up something from somewhere.
Is it you just getting your protein in, your daily protein?
Jared's like more loud noises.
Hold on.
I'm done.
Is it
No
you?
more.
Well, you were muted before. Anyway, let's get back to talking about whatever. Turn that. Okay, so I guess we lost Seth. Jesus Christ, that's like a super mic.
Okay. Anyways, Halloween 3.
Yeah. Underrated. So tell us in the comments. What do you think of Halloween 3? Do you like it? Don't like it? We want to know. We want to read your comments.
I think it like as a movie itself, like I think it does have like flaws. Like I like the movie a lot, but I feel like it does have like some pacing issues maybe. Because like there are some like dead spots in the movie.
Yeah. Like where though?
Just like in between like going to the hotel and going to the factory, like there's a lot of like nothing going on in between those. Like there's no like development or story stuff. It's just them moseying around and looking at stuff, and then I don't know. There's just like a little bit of dead spaces in between. But I love the salesman family. It seems like a family like out of like a John Hughes movie, or like a like
I like
Vacation or
that.
something.
I like that Dr. Chalice nearly gets hit by like two different cars.
Finish
By
my
the
beef
camper
jerky.
and then the lady who gets her face blown off by
Yeah, where she's fucking with it.
what is that noise? I don't know if that was Jared or not. Yeah, because I still hear it.
It's Jared.
But he walked away.
He has his mic on, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, see?
Yeah.
It's just Jared. It's he doesn't have enough stuff on the
Nope,
walls.
that's not Jared.
Oh, God damn it.
Is it you? Is it Nate? Nate, what are you doing under the blankets? He's writing his next movie. Nathan, what's the word? I want to know. I wanted to ask you. I forgot about it. But
Just
how
say
close are you in the movie?
what?
Your movie, how close is it? I saw the trailer the other day.
Right upstairs.
I'm really excited about it. Wow, this has become part of the show.
Everybody's
He
really
eats.
busy right now, so we're not done.
Yeah. I feel bad for Seth.
So I
He
got
really
a
wanted to
trailer
talk about this.
debuting on Saturday.
Saturday.
Saturday, the trailer will be the new trailer.
We'll throw it up on the Horror Syndicate's Facebook page whenever that's released, if that's okay with you.
Yep. Share.
Yeah, we will. Nathan's got a movie coming out soon, On a Dark and Bloody Ground. There's a Facebook page for updates if you want. Yeah, Seth is pretty upset. So,
Yeah.
Seth, we miss you. Are you going to hang out in the comments?
He doesn't get to talk about Halloween. I'd be pissed off.
I don't know. Now, I'm just speculating. What is that noise? Seriously, is that still Jared? I'm just gonna mute him because he's away. I hope that it's not his basement, being in the basement, because I wonder about that because I get no like internet signal in my basement
Yeah.
at all.
I told him to get a Wi-Fi extender. I mean, he could always get one, see if it works. If not, return it.
Or drill a hole in the wall and just feed it.
Run a
cable.
wire.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a Ethernet cable running from downstairs all the way up my stairs into here.
Do you really?
Yeah. Because I'm in an apartment. I can't just drill a hole in the floor.
Yeah. I mean, I have one plugged into my computer right now.
I will say I think the lamest thing in Halloween 3 is the villain's death. Like I like the whole like laser circle to the big headstone thing, but like I don't understand why he like turns into like someone covered in powder and then just like dissipates. Like it just always looked weird and made no sense.
Do you think it was that he just got like dusted like a fucking vampire?
The only thing I can think of is like it was supposed to look like he's frozen or something.
How old was he supposed to be? Do we know that? Was Kyle Cochran like?
I'm guessing he was like a warlock who like lived for centuries or something. Or maybe his family. It's like a family thing, like Hereditary.
Yeah, that's not you.
Maybe they couldn't figure out how to kill him. Why didn't they give him yellow goo?
I mean, it would have been fine if they just like blew him up, like they just blew his head up. I just don't get why they had to like show him being like white. Like it looked weird. No, but the true ending of the movie is literally my favorite part of the whole movie. Whenever he runs to the gas station and gets the phone and calls all the news stations, and that kid comes in and he just keeps flipping the channels. He's screaming into the phone. I like the whole opened ending of did he stop it or not stop it. And I also feel like that's like the best performance Tom Atkins has ever given when he was yelling into that phone.
I don't know. I think when in Creepshow when he was berating that little kid, I think that was his best performance ever.
True. Joe, he's yelling at Joe Hill.
Yeah, that's the why I don't think this movie should ever be remade, because how would they like do that scene? Because there were only 3 channels back then. Now there's that clicking sound just from that.
Well, it could be. Well, here's the thing: it would be a new day and age, so it could be like a YouTube live stream. So he's calling YouTube headquarters and screaming at them or whatever. I mean, you can do that with live videos if there's something like truly wrong with them.
Well, I'm gonna see if I can call YouTube and get more subscribers. Hey, help me out, guys. Let's get that algorithm.
I don't know. I
subscribe.
I would kind of like to see some of the stuff in this movie, like I know people get all pissy about CGI. CGI is fine when you're doing shit that can't literally be done by physical practical effects, but like a lot of the magic stuff would be kind of cool to see in CGI.
Mm. Well, Colin Cochran's death would probably be different too, I'd say.
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be the same way as it was in this.
I say CGI, but then I'm like, I also want them to keep the hand animated electricity effects because those are the best things ever, and I miss them.
Are there any effects like that in your movie, Nate? Hand animated electricity?
I love hand-animated electricity.
There should be. Yeah, the ending is dark as hell. Because that's the other thing. It kind of leaves you on a cliffhanger, doesn't it?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it's like, how could people not like this movie? Every time I watch it, that's my thought is like, how could people not like this? I mean, it's got a great ending. Again, we didn't really talk about the score. How good is that
the
score?
Score is great. Also, the way they use the special music, Like it literally does. Like especially whenever he's killing that kid in the exam room, and the music just keeps getting faster and faster
Yeah.
and faster, and then Tom Atkins starts like breathing heavier and harder.
He's getting horny.
Also, Tom Atkins has like Indiana Jones aim where he throws that mask on that
Yes.
camera. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. Like he doesn't even look like he's aiming or trying. He's just like,
Yeah, and he's tied up at the time. He's got Velociraptor or T-Rex arms, and he's able to. Yeah, I love that scene. That's really funny. What's up, Jared?
I like the scene where the android kills the old man and burns himself in the car. I thought that was fucking creepy.
I like what the aftermath of that. Whenever the lady's doing an autopsy, and she's like, "Oh, it's just car parts. It's springs and seats." So
he's also flirting with her. She's like, "This is going to cost you a lot of dinners when you get back."
I'll never turn down dinner with you. Yeah. He does that with everybody. Yeah, I've actually watched Halloween 3 often this year alone.
I am
hated
excited
that
to
throw
see
way
the.
over the top. No,
I'm
it wasn't
excited-
over the top. It was perfect. That throw.
I'm
It
excited to
wasn't
see
too
the.
high, not too
Yep.
short.
like
I'm
Michael
excited
Jordan.
to see the tie-in.
What, Keith?
I'm excited to see the tie-in and Halloween Kills.
Yeah, I mean they kind of teased it in Halloween. We got to see the masks, which,
Yeah, we
by the
saw
way,
the
that's one of
masks.
the best parts about that movie is those masks are great in my opinion. I love them.
Yeah.
I need to get them. The Trick or Treat just re-released them. Now they
Which
glow in
one's
the
your
dark.
favorite?
I like the witch.
I was gonna say mine's the witch.
It's
Really?
the green.
Now, the green looks Nate, what
Very
about you? Which one's your
vibrant.
favorite?
It's between the witch and the jack-o'-lantern.
Really, nobody likes the skull. That was
I do
my
like the
favorite.
skull, but like I don't know. I guess
Is it too generic?
I don't know. I guess I like the jack.
skull. There we go. Skull man. See, okay, I thought it was a
How
long
we both saying the skull.
I actually got those masks for. I did the catalog for Trick or Treat Studios one of the years, and that was my payment. I said, hey, how about I get a set of those? How about I get a set of those Halloween masks instead?
Seth says,
No, like,
go
oh,
ahead.
sorry.
No,
I'll
go
say
ahead.
I really want to get those masks. I don't have room to do it, but I want to get them and build that like store display that's in the movie.
That'd be cool.
and put them on
Actually,
it.
Yeah.
I think I have that picture up here. No, I don't.
I don't have room for it at the moment, so I'm
That'd
not
be
going
really,
to.
but how many masks would you need to get to do that?
Well, I mean, the store display just has the 3, doesn't it? And like the little windowed
Which
boxes.
are you talking about in the window towards the end?
No, like it's like a store display. It's like a big black
In
box.
the girl's hardware store, the dad's hardware store, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that picture. I thought I loaded it up. Hold on.
It was actually in the picture you sent us from your lunch earlier.
Oh,
right?
yeah. I got it right here. Yeah. For
I
some
just
reason,
like
thought it was
how
more.
Yeah, there it is.
my favorite thing is how Tom Hackett says Halloween. Halloween mask. Favorite.
What's the matter? Don't you have the Halloween
He's
spirit?
he's holding on a Halloween mask.
Yeah. Look at her.
What do you
face in
mean
that
you already
picture.
got them masks? I just bought them masks.
Yeah, those are shithouse masks, though.
You got those at Walmart.
Yeah, you got those at the Piggly Wiggly. So Seth says, I can understand certain criticisms for the movie. The story requires a leap of faith, especially the Stonehenge aspect, especially since they had Stonehenge there, right?
They have a piece.
A portion of it.
How'd
Yeah.
they get it there? It was a big ass piece.
Not like it's a sci-fi horror. That's the other different thing. Like it has a lot of sci-fi aspects.
There's
and, like,
a lot
fantasy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of atomic age 50s horror and panic, in that movie. There's a lot going on in this movie, and I hate that it's just dismissed because there's no fucking Michael Myers, and he's in it. I'm just saying, there's a commercial. with
He
him in it.
died.
Yeah, he died.
Like he died. It's
He was
clear
dead.
who the hell put him out. He's been on fire for at least 3 minutes, fully inflamed in fire, and he falls to the ground and burns. Unless the fireman just came right in, it's like
Yeah,
with the
no,
hose
it's-
ready to go and put him out. He's fucking
It's the
dead.
H2O. It's the H2O ending all over again. He
Yeah.
switched
God,
outfits.
God, that's the worst ending.
We're
Seth,
kind of
Seth
feeling that with this one, with the new one. He was on
Seth
fire.
also mentioned the time zone problem. with the Times loophole when they showed the commercial.
Mm-hmm.
They stole the Stonehenge. There was a TV report about the theft. Yeah, but how they get it there? That's a big fucking rock. Now,
It's magic.
Dick
what did
Warlock carried each one on each arm.
Can you expound on what it is? What part? I don't remember. Scott
What?
says, "Does anyone remember that Dan O'Herlihy, comic
Greg,
book
yeah.
Greg from the Last Starfighter?" I don't
Yeah.
know
Last Starfighter's the shit.
Those are the only two things I know him from is Last Starfighter and Halloween 3.
It was funny when I was at
Agreed.
Horror Hound, when I was at Nick Castle's booth. There was a chick in line with me, and she was looking at the Last Starfighter poster, and she was like, "I've never seen this movie," and I was like, "You need to watch it." And then Nick Castle was like, "Yes, you need to watch it."
Yeah, you should watch that. It's good direction. Yeah. I just remember that I went to buy a Halloween on Blu-ray when it finally hit Blu-ray, and Last Starfighter was there, and I bought it and didn't even think about the connection. So I got to the counter, and the girl was like, "Hey, I've seen these movies." I'm like, "Hey, the guy that played Michael in this directed this." What? It's like, I didn't think about it, but there's
That's not all though. Because
What?
Lance Guest was in it, right?
yeah, true. Yeah,
And
Lance
he
Guest
was
was
in
Halloween
Halloween
2
Yeah,
and The Last Starfighter
yeah.
and
It's
the epic
that's a
Jaws
fun movie
4.
too. I remember loving that movie when I was a kid.
Last Starfighter, to me, I've called it like the most Spielberg movie that Spielberg didn't do. It feels like a Spielberg
It
movie,
does.
just the small, like the whole community at the trailer park.
The trailer park and the arcade
Yeah,
machine.
it feels like it's right out of a Spielberg movie.
My face
Yeah.
is a chia pet.
I can see that.
Sorry.
Yeah, he
That
was
was not
in,
that was not for you guys.
RoboCop. Dick, you're fired. Last Starfighter slapped.
I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah, I would too.
RoboCop.
RoboCop's a good movie. I wonder if that's overrated.
No.
No, it's not. It's Chef's kiss. I love it. So it seems like nobody really disagrees with us saying when we say it's not overrated. I think it's a good horror movie overall. It's fun, great characters. I don't think it deserves the bullshit it still gets in Halloween groups.
Mm-mm.
And I think
I
it's
think-
just
I think a lot of
Michael
people
Myers
do it just
fanboys.
because it's cool.
do what?
There's a lot of bullshit Halloween groups.
I feel like people just hate on it because it's cool. It's cool to hate on Halloween 3. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cool
Well,
to
is
hate
it
on
though?
it. Like,
Is it cool?
where's the rank? All right, what are we going to see in Halloween groups? We're going to see hate for Halloween 3. We're going to see hate for Rob Zombie. We're going to see
Yep.
hate for 2018. We're going to
Or
see hate.
Resurrection.
We're going to see Resurrection. We're going to see hate for the Part 4 mask. We're going to see hate for.
Right?
It's like the top 10 of what Halloween fans have a hard on about. And
We should make that list.
yeah, just do it.
The top 10 things Halloween fans hate.
Actually, Ray, I just thought of a new bracket.
What's that?
A bracket full of movies that get too much hate.
All
Just
right.
like all the movies that constantly get shit on. Just a full bracket of those.
Yeah, and that makes sense, Seth. I mean, yeah, Halloween 3 feels like a John Carpenter movie. It really does. And it's because I mean, John was involved,
agree
but
with
also Tommy Lee is like his right-hand man. He grew up, they both from Bowling Green, Kentucky. They knew each other. They totally get each other.
Yeah, it definitely feels like a Carpenter movie. It's really got the fog feel to it in a way, in my
atmosphere.
opinion. You know, I think he hits it right on the head. That's probably why he likes it so much. Fucking Seth and his John Carpenter love affair.
Carpenter boner.
Yeah. Which version of RoboCop do you guys have? I have an old DVD that is a steelbook. I haven't bought it on Blu-ray.
I have the Arrow Special Edition 4K scan.
No, of course you do.
Of course you do.
Yeah, there we go. See, I'm not the only
Seth
one.
is a 4K whore.
I see the Halloween 3 every day in fan groups. Yeah, that's why I've left a lot of fan groups because of this bullshit. You know, even in the Elm Street groups that bitch about 5 and 2, it's like, come on, guys, have you seen Freddy's Dead?
2's amazing.
The nightmare groups are just nothing but who doesn't like Jackie Earle Haley and Robert's the only one, and
Yeah,
the
it's like
Robert's the
all
only one I see a
fucking
lot.
day. It's all day. Someone hasn't said it today.
yeah. Hey,
I'm not-
who's gonna
Robert's
say-
the only Freddy.
Well, there's a horror movie group that I'm in, and it's just horror movies, and there's so many people that are in there, and it's like every other day somebody's when the new movies come out, they're bitching about Candyman, they're bitching about Malignant, they're bitching about all the new movies. It's like, can we just have it in one post?
Yeah.
We get it. You guys hate this movie. You
I
hate
saw a
this movie.
post right before I got on. It was like, I just watched *Malignant*. James Wan should stick with *Conjuring*.
The Witch would win that shit hands down. The movie that people shit on, I don't know. I mean, *Midsummer* would be in there. *Get Out* would probably be in there.
Yeah, Midsummer I see
Hereditary.
constantly being
Hereditary.
shot on.
I see *Hereditary* constantly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If it's good.
Jason Nelson says *Nightmare 2* is actually his favorite in the franchise. Awesome. If you haven't checked it out, we had a chat with Mark Patton last year. It's on the YouTube channel.
It was very emotional.
Yeah, it was.
Shut up, guys. Shut up.
And it was also our
I got a
first
little
celebrity.
teary-eyed, not gonna lie.
That was our first
Well,
celebrity guest, wasn't it? On this show.
I think
this
this
Anyways,
was our first.
He was
Anyways,
our first. He's been my first of many things.
Well, I remember it because I fucked up the audio.
Yeah, you were sweating hardcore.
I was like, "Fuck."
I was gonna say it was either him or Ken Sagos, but one way or the other.
I can't remember because we had them all in bunches because Lisa Wilcox was mixed in there too.
Pretty sure Mark was
close.
number one.
He's always my number one.
Mm-hmm.
If you like part 2, also you should go watch *Scream Queens*.
Yes, be sure to watch *Scream Queen*. It's very, very good. Yeah, I think we all loved *Midsummer*. We love *The Witch*. We're real horror
Yeah,
fans.
all our episodes you watch, we did episodes on *Midsummer*, on Us, on *The Witch*,
Get Out, yeah.
on *Hereditary*, and
We haven't done one on *The Lighthouse*, which also fits in that category.
yeah, we
too.
haven't done that, but yeah, we've done them all, and I think we've all pretty much celebrated and said
*Midsummer*
everything
has
that we said about.
*Midsummer's become like one of my favorite movies in general, like not just horror.
Well, Seth went ahead and threw it out there. It's all dumpster.
All
fire.
dumpster fires. Wait,
Of course.
I got the trophy.
Of course.
I got the trophy.
Oh, you got the dumpster fire.
That would be a fun segment. And the dumpster fire goes to this week.
That's the whole reason I bought it, Jared.
I still haven't seen *The Lighthouse*.
It's
Lighthouse
I need to watch it again. But watching Robert Pattinson and why did I just forget his name? Willem Dafoe. Just watching them alone is worth watching it. They're absurd.
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard it's good. Nate, you liked that one too, didn't you? I know Jared.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
See, I worry about Jared's judgment because he's like, oh, the Neon Demon was the best movie ever, and I'm like,
I haven't seen Neon Demon, so I can't say anything.
Hey, it's one of the best of 2016.
Okay, I'm still trying to unload my copy of Neon Demon. $1. Anybody
But
want
I
it?
also like Nicholas Winding Refn though, so
Yeah, I don't even
that
know.
man
who that
can't
is.
do no wrong in my mind.
I'm gonna be like Thanos. I don't even know who you are. Willem Dafoe is the shit. Yes, he is. I
Directed
love Willem.
Drive, bitch.
Yeah.
You know, I bought that, Nate.
Drive.
Yeah, it's. I bought a copy of it to watch it, and guess what? It's sitting right next to Assault on Precinct 13.
Oh my god.
Mm.
Drive
Well,
is
I
good.
mean, you shouldn't torture yourself that way.
Yeah,
You masochist.
I know. I'll watch it.
I'm not gonna
eventually.
watch it because it'll give me joy.
Look,
See,
nobody
that's-
tells me what to do. Nobody tells me what to watch. I'll watch it on my leisure.
That's the way to be, Jeremy.
Not my
Yeah.
style. That's it. This movie was not made for me. It's
Yeah,
not
it's not
hard
my
to say. I mean, like,
Not-
Eat a dick, Merrick.
yeah, like it's like because films are so hard to make, and it's so hard to get a movie made, and not everything
Yeah.
is all bad. So it's like,
It's all
you know what?
preference.
Is it bad or is it just not your preference? And I said that to me, that's the whole
Exactly.
thing. Keith is like, it's all preference. It may not be like people use their preference to declare something shitty. It's like it's not shitty. It's just not your fucking preference.
And I also
Doesn't
try
make
to-
it a bad movie.
I
No,
also try to reiterate people to rewatch stuff because like there's stuff I saw like when I was a teenager I didn't like and now I like it. Like It Follows, I did not like that movie at all when I first saw it. Now I
Well,
really
you-
like it. Same with
Earlier this
Hereditary.
year, earlier this year, you said something about sometimes it takes 2 or 3 times to get into a movie or even get the movie.
Yeah.
And I agree with that. That's why I do need to see Neon Demon again. I just like to give Garrett Jared, that your face, and you're no longer Jared, you're Garrett because there's no beard. You're Garrett now.
Garrett.
Garrett of Kansas.
He dropped his beard instead of his tuna sandwich.
Yes. I
Going to
did.
see Venom on Saturday. Oh, I
See it
probably won't
Friday.
see that for a while.
Oof.
Seeing it tomorrow.
You're going to see it tomorrow? I don't think I'm going to see it till for like 2 weeks.
I'm mostly excited because Woody Harrelson. I love Woody.
Well,
Harrelson.
yeah,
It
I like
looks like
Woody
it'll be
Harrelson.
fun.
Woody Harrelson always gets me excited when I see his name pop up. I was really excited when I found out.
I
he was
think
gonna be
Woody is like arguably the most underrated, underappreciated actor of his generation. Like everything he
Yes.
does, he elevates movies. Anytime he's in a movie,
Mhm.
he's like one of the best parts about the movie. But no
Yeah.
one ever
He
brings
was
him
great.
up when they talk about great actors and great stars. I don't know what it
He was
is
great
that's
in
kept
Kate.
him. Yeah, I mean, just the edge of 17. He just pops up in all these movies.
No, he was good
like-
in that.
It's like, oh man, it's fucking Woody's in this. Let's go. All right, happy.
I mean, there's certain actors that can draw you to a movie, even if the movie doesn't like interest you, and he's one of those guys for me. So
yeah,
Mhm.
I'd watch him do
Well,
anything.
when I found out he was playing Cletus Cassidy, like at the end of the first Venom, I was like, oh, now I'm interested because the first Venom didn't do anything. Seth wants to know our favorite scene from Halloween 3. His is the test with the buddy's family.
I
What
mean, that's
is
definitely
your-
the highlight scene.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I already said my favorite scene is the very end, like Tom Atkins frantically calling the news stations. I
Mhm.
just like that. It's full of anxiety and suspense. And
I think
In fact-
mine's Jared, you got one? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say the quality control lady that came in. And
Yeah.
she had the mask and she pulled the back off and like fucked up in the hotel room. That's a good scene.
That's a piece of art you never see anybody do. Is like the light hitting her face. Like I want to see
Mhm.
somebody do that.
it's a very low pan light.
Yeah. Nate, I would say you do it, but I'd probably have to pay you to do that. What are you doing with your camera? Did you?
He's
Like,
like,
I'm you're talking about artists, need artists. I'm like, yeah, there's no artists here.
I'm not here.
Oh, maybe I was hinting at Luke.
Actually, I can't say anything. I did get an cool art
Yeah,
game
Luke,
today,
put
but
it in the coloring book. Then we can color the light beam whatever
Yeah,
color we
there
want.
you go. Luke put it in the coloring book. My favorite scene is kind of a low key scene. Would be when Dr. Chalice and Mrs. Grimbridge are coming into Santa Mira and everybody's looking at them through the windows, like
Yeah.
It almost reminds me of a Western when the stranger comes to town and everybody's.
Yeah.
I really like that scene. And then they get to the hotel and the guy he's talking about, you got any vacancies? He's like, yeah, we got vacancies, the right price. Something I don't remember what he says, but I really like that whole scene coming into town. I always like that. The lighthouse again. The lighthouse was again unique. People nowadays are apparently bore easy. We've talked about that too, haven't we?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Again, another problem is people on their damn phones all the time. Like Nate said something about that at some point last year, and anytime I watch something new, I put the phone on airplane mode, and I'll report back when I'm done.
I tend to put my phone in a completely different room when I
Yeah.
watch something else that's new.
Thoughts on what exactly it
Thoughts.
was that the power of Stonehenge brought? I had never really thought about it.
I know they talk
We'd
about it
have
in
to-
the novelization, which I've never gotten to read.
Yeah.
if you want to know, you just need to watch This Is Spinal Tap, and you'll learn all about the power of Stonehenge.
He's not wrong.
That's the official sequel to Halloween 3. So
yeah, This Is Spinal Tap. That was they turned it up to 11 on that one.
yeah,
We forgot to talk about the random firefighter who's just standing in the corner, knowing what to do because he's an extra.
And what part?
What do
He's
I
like
do
in-
with my
Yeah,
hands?
it's in the hospital. Like Tom Atkins, it's after the guy dies, and like the fire department's there, and there's just a firefighter in the corner holding coffee, like pretending
Yeah.
to talk, and you can tell like he doesn't.
Oh, I
want
have to
to
watch it. I never noticed that. I'll have to watch
Did
that
we,
again.
did we
He's just standing there with coffee, going,
Yeah. Hmm? Tommy, did I move where you want me to go? What?
Yeah,
Hmm?
there's another scene that Seth talks about the homeless guy talking about getting him all tough cock. Hey, Cochran, fuck you. Well, he got fucked right after that, didn't he?
He
Yeah,
sure
I like
did.
that dude.
Yeah. There's this movie is just oozing with great moments, in my opinion. I would say if you've watched the movie and you weren't big on it, go watch Horror's Hallowed Grounds with Sean Clark. He really loves the movie, and he apparently
That's
has.
his favorite movie. Isn't it?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah, because he Tommy Lee Wallace was on set with him when he was like filming the locations.
Yeah,
If you really don't know what it is, Sean Clark goes to locations. I got the
I think
anyway, but he
Sean is
explained what awesome.
I think Sean represents Tommy at shows,
I
like
think he
books
does,
him at
yeah.
shows. I think he's his booker, yeah, because that's when I met. Because Tom sells my Scream Factory art, and for Halloween
Halloween
3,
3?
and he contacted me because he got my info for Sean. Yeah, so yeah, I'm pretty sure Sean has a lot of the Halloween people.
Bust it out.
If you guys didn't know, Nate did this.
Show everybody.
Nate is responsible for this.
That was cool, but I like the one I did in Austria. It's my favorite, though. I don't know that I might have that here.
Yeah, Nate did that. So if you want to get the Scream Factory version, it's Nate's art, and he'll gladly try to sign it for you, and then fuck it up like he did for me. No, no, it's funny. I tried to get you to sign the something, and you couldn't sign it because it was too glossy. Do you remember that?
Yeah, they yeah. I don't remember what it was, but I knew like what it would do. It would just smear it.
Oh, I know what it was. It was
Close
Rocky
calls.
Gray's Close Calls.
Close calls.
It was Close
Oh,
Calls.
the
Yeah.
Close Calls. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Richard's movie. Yeah, here's the one I did in Austria. This is actually my preferred Halloween cover I did.
Hold on, let me get you on the big screen.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Seth made a funny comment. He likes Sean's back and forth with the douchebags who lived in the area.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
I like that one.
Yeah, that's
tight.
awesome.
I like
Yeah,
that.
I love that.
It's more menacing.
Yeah, that'd make a great T-shirt too. Was that actually released?
Yeah, it was a Austrian release.
It's way better than my buddy Frankie says it's Sean's birthday today. How about that? That's awesome. Love Sean. He's awesome. But yeah, that I might have to order that one just to have the case, Nate.
Well, I did a whole series like it was like the part 5.
You know what, Nate? You know what's funny about that? Hold on, let me. Are you going to show them all off?
Yeah,
You sent the Horror Syndicate a message because those were leaked somewhere, and we put them up on our Facebook page, and you sent us a message. Hey, can you take those down? And I was like, yeah, we can take it down. And then you were like, you motherfuckers, take that down now. I hate you. Nathan Thomas Miller. I'll never work with you, fucking motherfuckers. Calm down, guy. Ooh, I like that one.
Part 4.
No, the ones I'm talking about were German, I think.
Yeah, the ones you. It was the other ones. I did Halloween 1. I did 5 variants for the first movie.
One for each
for
character.
another character. Yeah, it was this was with a company called NSM Records.
Yeah, I have their Candyman 3 release.
That one was I did a bunch for NSM. I did like The Crow and Martyrs and Exterminator and stuff.
Murders.
Yeah, Nate does good work. If you're not familiar, he did a ton of Scream Factory art, like our Day of the Dead, The Night of the Comets, which is one of my
Shocker.
favorites. Shocker. What a turtle.
Hey, right?
Shut
It deserves love.
Halloween 2 and 3. And they're way better than the 4K releases of the Halloween movies that are coming out now. I don't know why they didn't just reuse your artwork. Or hire you to do the rest of them, because those are garbage.
Who knows why people do what they do? I don't know.
Who knows why people do the things they do? Yeah. But anyway, so let's wrap it up. Let's do some final thoughts on Halloween 3. Everybody out there, you need to let us know. Do you like Halloween 3? Yes or no? Tell us. I love Halloween 3 in the comments. Then hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel, please.
My 4th favorite.
4th favorite.
Fourth
So
favorite.
hold on. Let me guess. Halloween 2, 3, 4, then 3. 4 before 2.
1, 4, 2, 3. In 2018.
Oh, really?
2018 is my 5th favorite. Yeah.
I still believe that after I see Halloween Kills, I'm going to like Halloween 2018 better than I do now. That's my theory.
I just don't think anything has come out since Part 4 is as good as that one. I just don't.
I mean, I have a soft spot for Halloween 6, but again, that was the first one I saw theatrically.
Yeah, I mean, I used to love that one. I saw it in the theaters like 4 times or something, and just now in hindsight, when I watched it, I'm like, God, there's just a lot of problems with this movie. There's just a lot of bad filmmaking in this movie.
Yeah.
And when you find out, like Joe, the director, didn't give a shit. You know, like, if you watch 25 Years of Terror, the documentary about Halloween movies, they said like it was just a fucking job paycheck for him. He didn't want to make it. He wasn't, you know,
Right.
you know, it's just the. And it show, and I also think that Donald Pleasance passed away fucked it up too. I think
Yeah.
it just kind of the ending is very like, what, really? That's it, you know? So
Oh no, I love him like getting the mark and screaming. I love that scene.
yeah, well, I mean, I guess they took that out because he passed away. It's like, well, we
Yeah.
can't go with that because what are we
No.
going to
Yeah.
do from here?
I'd like to see a cut of. I've said this numerous times, but of both movies mashed together, the producer's cut and the theatrical. Seth, I really hate this cop out. When I edited your video, I absolutely detested this. I give it a split, 2A and 2B. No, there's none of that because if Halloween is 2B, that means you like it second. Bam, lawyer. I'm not a lawyer, but
It is
I
kind
got-
of a cop-out.
I got a jet, guys. Good night.
all right, Nate, have a
Sorry.
good one, man. We'll see you
See ya.
next time.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Top 5 Halloween films for George. Jason Nelson, Halloween, Halloween 2, Halloween 3, 2018, and Halloween 4. Yeah, I'm starting to think that Halloween 2018 will probably be in the top 5 for me at some point. But anyway, Jared, some thoughts on Halloween 4 or Halloween 3 before we go. Got Halloween 4 on the brain now.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those films. Like, obviously, you're not going to get what you expected when you watch it, but it also has stood the test of time. He disagrees with you. It's still a cop out, Seth. But yeah.
See, somebody agrees.
It's just one of those movies. It feels more Halloween than literally all the other movies.
Like
in
the season,
franchise.
though, right? You're like talking about
Right,
us.
the
Yeah, I
Halloween,
agree.
like-
I agree 100%.
Halloween time frame, yeah, exactly. Other than the very first one, in my opinion, and I think that's what they were going for.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll argue that Night of the Demons is more Halloween than Halloween 1978.
hot take.
Yeah, hot take. There you go. Hot take horror with Razor.
But yeah, the like we've already discussed, like there's multiple.
Seth just disagrees with all of us.
Disagree, Jay. Disagree, Keith. I disagree with all
What
your
did I
things.
say?
Hey, somebody agrees with me.
disagree with
Yeah.
But there's multiple scenes in this movie that we all mentioned that just kind of will sit with you. And like Keith mentioned, that would have been my favorite scene. The one where Chalice is sitting there pleading on the phone at the end of the end of the movie, just screaming at the top of his lungs to stop it, stop it, stop it. Like it's just chilling because it echoes through to the credits, and that's all you're left with is stop it.
And I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad that's where they end the movie and they don't show like a wrap up of what you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was the perfect way to end that movie.
Is it
I
bad
think
if
so,
I
too.
think if the movie was made now, there'd be like a post-credit scene of what like actually
It
happened?
probably would be.
Fires and kids running everywhere, and
It's Armageddon.
All right. Anything else you want to say before I move on to Miller Lite over here?
no, I'm good. It's definitely one of those movies that should be on your October Halloween watch list for sure.
Yeah, and so that brings up something I want to do later on in October. I'd like to do like a 10 movies to watch, 10 Halloween themed movies to watch in October, because I know everybody's going to go straight to the Halloween movies.
Yeah.
with
Jesus Christ.
with Michael Myers, but there's like so many other good Halloween movies that take place around the Halloween season that are really like Trick or Treat, the anthology, which is really good, and Night of the Demons. I think it's fantastic. I think that might be a little underrated. Like I remember growing up with that movie, thinking, "Damn, that movie's so cool." I bet all the horror fans love it, and no, they don't. Apparently not. So, have you seen Night of the Demons, Keith?
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Motherfucker. All right. No final thoughts for that guy.
And he's fired.
Hey!
No,
Scream like Beetlejuice.
why don't you like it?
I've only seen. I need to rewatch it. I've only seen it once, but like it just didn't do anything for me.
Watch it
I just-
again.
I just
You
didn't
can
care
keep
for
watching. It's fine.
it.
Die on that hill too, Keith. It's fine.
I don't think Halloween 3 is overrated. I think it's still a tad underrated. Like, I mean, it's getting there. It's getting to the point where it's everybody is accepting it for what it is. See, Luke agrees with me. No, it's a fun movie. I mean, it's Tom Atkins. I mean, I feel like if Tom Atkins wasn't in it, it wouldn't be as good, to be honest. Like just his character. We mentioned the villain's great. Hey,
Thank you, Jeremy. My
rankings-
eyes are enlightened.
ranking wise, Halloween 3 is 3 for me, but it's original Halloween 2018, Halloween 3, and then I think it might be like Halloween 6. No. It's Halloween
You sure
2.
about that? Oh,
My
okay.
fifth one would annoy people, so I'm not going to say it.
Halloween 5?
My fifth one is not Halloween 5.
What is it?
Rob Zombie 2.
Oh Lord.
No,
Specifically the director's cut.
Yeah. I was just talking about that today with somebody at work because they were asking me about the new Halloween movie. Did you know there's a new Halloween movie? I was like,
Yeah.
it's like, come on. And they could get the sass coming through my mask at work. Besides a Halloween franchise, what's the best horror movie set on Halloween? The Barn.
The Barn is fun.
Yeah,
It's
so
very, very cheesy, but it is fun.
It's not the best one, but I love The Barn. I was gonna say I've got a few indie from Scream Team releasing that you can pick up to watch before, because they'll get to you before Halloween now. There's The Barn, which is a good one. The Witching
10:31.
Season.
Witching season. Yep.
And then 1031 Part 2 and Part 1, which there you go. They're pretty good. Nate did this art. And also check this out. I think it's on the back of 1031 Part 2 is heavy, hilarious, and hauntingly awesome. The Horror Syndicate.
Oh,
That's me. I did that.
I think I would say Haunt, which I feel like is underrated. I really like
Haunt's
Haunt
really
a lot.
good, man. I was surprised by that one,
And
honestly.
then I'd also say it's more of a kids movie, but Monster House. I fucking love that movie.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people saying they like that movie. I've never seen it.
It's really good. It's a lot darker than you would think it would be for a kids movie.
Yeah.
It's very
I need
fun.
to watch
It's
that
very
one.
it's very Goonies-esque.
Let's see. Yes, director's cut. Trick or Treat for me. Trick or Treat might be the best one because I think there's a story for everyone in it. I agree with
Yeah.
that. I concur, Seth. I don't know what Seth said. I love The Barn. Yeah. Justin Seaman is still working on the Part 2. Yeah. Haunt is great. I think it's on Shudder.
Yeah, I believe so. Yes. I know Joe
Monster.
Bob did. Joe Bob showed Hunt. If any of you
Did.
watched Joe Bob,
I do.
I know
Hey,
you do.
by the way, I watched. I couldn't handle Elvira.
Did you not?
She's annoying. She annoyed the shit out of me. So like, it was fine during her movie because she barely like got into it.
Well, yeah, because there's enough Elvira there for.
Right. So, but whenever it came to House on
yeah,
Haunted
there's
Hill,
enough Elvira.
there's in House on Haunted Hill, there's the part where it's just the talking heads, Vincent Price, and then her head pops up. I'm like, you're fucking ruining the movie, Elvira. Go away. I want to watch
she's
this.
a lot different than Joe Bob.
I turned it off. Yeah, she is. She's not as good as Joe Bob.
I fell asleep and I woke up and another movie was on and I was like, did I miss the whole thing? And then Elvira popped. I was like, how many movies is she showing?
She showed 4 or 5, didn't she?
Yeah. Joe, don't forget, is it Joe Bob this Friday, tomorrow?
Is it
Joe
tomorrow?
Bob's special? I can't remember.
God, man. Yeah, that's a good one too. The house that October built.
I have
Also,
never seen that.
Hell House LLC is really good. If you haven't seen that, I think the first one's on Prime, but 2 and 3 are on Shudder, and it's about these people going and setting up a haunted attraction, like a haunted house or whatever. And next week for Joe Bob, Paul Crisp says.
Next week, okay.
Thank goodness.
Why? What you got to do?
My friend's coming in town from California.
Well, he can watch Joe Bob with you.
She won't watch that.
Well, fuck her.
Anyway, she won't. Dude, we were gonna watch Candyman on a Zoom call, and she's like, I can't watch this alone. I was like, I'll be zooming with you. She's like, no, she doesn't do horror movies. Anyway,
Get the new T-shirt, Joe Bob before hose.
She's not a hoe. She's my
It's a
friend.
joke.
Keith trying to make a joke. Hilarious.
I was saying, Hell House LLC. I liked all three of those movies. They were trying to make a fourth one.
I've only seen the first one of those. But
the Hell
was
House
really
movies?
good. Yeah, the first one was really good.
Surprisingly good.
I still haven't watched them because they're camera, aren't they? Like POV.
Usually I gotta catch you guys on the replay, so I can't comment live. Just want to let you guys know you're doing a great job. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I hope you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Yes, it's Ellen Mellon. That's not a real name, but yeah, that's who's coming to see me. Would you buy a Horror Syndicate shirt?
You got to put Joe Bob before hose on the back of it.
I'm not doing that.
You can put my name under it. I said it. All right.
I'm not putting anything like that on there. And your friends, man. Yeah, I know. I've been friends with her for like 25 years. But anyway, she is a big fan of The Shining. I will say that.
Good.
Check out Hell House LLC 1, 2, and 3. They're found footage type movies. They're a lot of fun, in my opinion. Turn the phone off, turn the lights off, and just let them play.
Yes. Put these away.
Yeah, put those away. They make movies better when
especially when you're at the movie theater.
Yeah.
Be respectful.
Like I feel older because I want to stab teenagers.
So we're gonna be off next week because my friend's in town. We may be able to do something like early in the week. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. It depends on how much I'm gonna. She's planning on being like with me every day, so we will be back. I gotta look at the calendar. Hold on.
Seth wasn't here tonight. He can do a one-man show of him smoking.
He's gonna do a one-man show.
You can smoke a cigarette and just be like obnoxious.
Critters was better than you think. So we'll be back on the 14th for sure with a new show. Maybe that's the day we'll do our 10 movies for Halloween, because Halloween Kills comes out that day or the day after. I'm hoping, Jared, do you know when you're going to see Halloween Kills?
I'm supposed to get my second vaccination shot next week, so if I go see it in the theater, it will be on that week.
Okay, because I want to do the.
I may just watch it on Peacock that night.
Yeah,
does it release on Peacock the same week it goes to theaters?
Yeah.
It'll probably be on there Thursday at midnight, probably.
Seth is no longer with the Horror Syndicate if he wants us to do this.
I've never seen.
Oh my lord,
it's awful.
Seth, I don't even like the first Howling, so you're gonna get me to watch.
You don't like anything.
I like plenty of things.
It's Howling 3, the one with the kangaroos.
What the fuck?
Yes,
marsupials.
There's kangaroos.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, dude, you may have to go back upstairs, Seth. Unfortunately, I think that's going to be the thing. Use your phone or Skype. I think he said his phone is worse.
Seth, if we're both free this weekend, I'll sit down with you and we'll go through your computer.
Werewolves, yeah.
Werewolves.
I mean, I really don't like that movie at all. I like Howling and Howling 2 quite a bit. Howling 2 is really great. It's really weird. It's got Christopher Lee and Sybil Danning, and she, like, they did her dirty though in the credits. Have you ever seen that one, Keith? I know Jared.
I've only seen the first one.
So
I bought it and regretted it.
There's a scene in the movie where she busts her shirt open and her boobs are popping out, and like they repeat that over and over in the end credits, and she was not happy about it. I was, because she's got a great rack. Howling 5 is good, yeah.
Sybil Danning.
I believe Seth did a Howling. I think that was his first video. Yeah, Howling ranking.
I'm so watching Alley 3 now.
Please do. Good luck. Yeah, watch Howling 3 and report back. You don't mess with him and werewolf movies, and you know this.
I like 2 werewolf movies.
Which
all right?
ones?
American Werewolf and Silver Bullet, the 2 behind me on the wall. And I like the Wolfman remake.
Oh, see, Seth. It's been a long time since I fucked up your guys' names.
I actually bought the remake the day it came out.
We were a movie short for the bracket, and Seth goes, "How about the Wolfman remake?" I was like, "Really?" that was my response. Instead, we put something else in there. By the way, if you have not, if I don't know who here pays attention to our brackets, but we just started. I started it a day early, but we started the first March Madness bracket. I'll get all the other ones together as they come along. But tomorrow there'll be 6 matchups. Saturday, there's the bracket for everybody to see, and my hand. But yeah, so once we get done with this bracket,
I don't like a couple of these matchups already.
You are or not?
I do not like a couple of these matchups already.
Which ones?
Us versus Suspiria.
Who you taking?
I'm taking Suspiria all day, but I
Yeah,
mean,
me too.
Us is an amazing movie. That's what it's gonna be. Some of these matches ups are tough.
I don't think Us will make it past Suspiria anyway.
It definitely wouldn't make it past Train to Busan. Hot take. I think that'll beat Chud.
Yeah,
The first matchup was tough for me, so
yeah, that's a tough one. You can barely read it, but Return of the Living Dead versus the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Return of the Living Dead is handling it pretty well.
yeah, I went with Return.
I'm voting my opinion.
Well, please do. Your mouth is a filthy forky.
Holy moly.
Sweet.
Okay, we can be friends again.
Okay,
That was quick.
Yeah. Was it Train to Busan? I just watched something that was on a train and it was awful. I can't remember what it was called though.
Train to Busan's amazing.
Premature braculation.
Yes,
Nice.
I had a little bit. I had them ready. I was like, man, I can't wait to put these up. So I put them up. So who's going to win this bracket? That's my question. Seth, anybody who answers, look at this bracket real fast. Tell me who you got to win this one. I want to know.
Out of everything on here, I think my favorite would probably be Misery. I love Misery.
Which one?
Misery.
Misery. But
I don't think it'll win, but
no, I think
No, me either.
I think Child's Play 2 is going to win the one side, and it'll go up against Return of the Living Dead. I think Return of the Living Dead will take this bracket.
I could see that.
Yeah, I mean, based on I've been dealing with these people,
These
that vote for so long. I think I know how they like to vote.
I could see the Lost Boys going pretty far.
Yeah, I mean, it'll definitely beat the Babadook. I think
sadly.
Exorcist 3 will beat the Mummy.
28 weeks later. Not 28 days later.
It's in there. It's just not on a different bracket.
That's on the
There's
other
4 of
side.
these.
Oh,
Yeah, we have 4 of these. We're
Holy
going
fuckballs.
all in October this
holy
year.
fuckballs. Okay.
It's 128 different movies, all in,
Every
and it's
bracket,
all Paul Crisp's fault.
every bracket, there's movies I haven't seen.
Which one? So let me guess. You haven't seen Feast?
I know what Feast is, and I think I saw it when I was a kid, but I haven't seen it in
Okay.
a long time.
You haven't seen Pieces?
I have seen Pieces.
You have?
Yes.
Color me surprised.
I'm pretty sure Joe Bob showed it, I think.
You're right. No, he did. You're right. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Joe Bob showed me a lot, all
Um,
right?
Yeah, Joe Bob showed Chud. I'm sure you've seen that. Did you see
Yep.
Suspiria?
I have never seen Suspiria.
What about the 32 Mummy?
I have not. I still
Okay.
need to watch all the Universal
Oh
stuff.
my God.
I have them.
You haven't seen
Oh
the
my
58
God.
Blob?
No,
And
I have
Duel.
not.
You have not seen Duel. I know that.
I have not. I have it, but
What
I
about
haven't seen
Chopping
it.
Mall?
I love Chopping Mall.
Okay, yeah, Chopping Mall's great. Yeah. I'm good with that. Yeah, it's all Paul Crisp's fault. Yeah, brackets 3 and 4. 4 is the one that's going to be really crazy. So
See you, Luke.
see you, Luke. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Just stay tuned with the Horror Syndicate because it's going to be all horror all month, which is all horror all year with us anyway. So, but we're going to go.
This is our best time of year.
Yeah, this is our Christmas.
It really
Like
is.
this is okay
It
for
really
me.
is.
This is our Thanksgiving because I prefer that to Christmas. I want to eat a whole mouthful of fucking horror. You guys watch any horror tonight? Jared, I probably not. I'm guessing because don't you have to like work tonight or something?
I'm going to bed.
I have to be at work at 11, but if I can fit it in, I'll watch some Fulci.
I have to be at
There
work
you go.
at 7, so I'm going to bed.
I am going to watch
Feast is a
Revenge
blast.
of Frankenstein, the Hammer horror
Ooh,
film.
Hammer, yes.
Yes, I watched Curse of Frankenstein last night, and I just fucking love Peter Cushing in that movie. It's so good.
I saw that Arrow has a Giallo Essentials set coming out. Debated on blind buying it and just watching them, even though I probably
Do
won't.
you know what they are?
I don't off the top of my head.
Well, send me the link.
I was gonna say I'll have to look at the list. Yeah.
Yeah, because we're gonna do that in November. We're gonna do a tie-in horror starter list of movies for people who haven't gotten into. How about a commentary? That's gonna be a tough sale on Keith and Seth. Me and Jared all day.
It comes with the Possessed, the Fifth Chord, and the Pajama Girl case. Pajama?
It only has 3 movies.
Yeah, it's only 3 movies.
Don't buy it.
I don't get how that's essentials, and there's only 3 of them.
I have to get caught up on Creep Show. I only watched the first 3 or 4 episodes from the beginning. I also want to watch that Mortuary Tales.
I want to watch Mortuary Tales. Creep Show, I've watched.
Tales isn't bad.
I've watched 2 seasons. The second season's way better than the first season. There's a
Go Yankees.
there's a Bob Ross Evil Dead episode in season 2, and it's
Really
beautiful. It's so good. It's so like balls of the wall cheesy fun.
The one episode I liked from the first season of Creep Show was the one with the little girl in the dollhouse.
Yeah, the little head.
Yeah, that was really cool. I like that. I want to watch the rest of it because it's.
The second season's way better.
Is it? Well, I like
Yeah.
the first season. I thought the first few episodes I saw were pretty good. Mortuary Tales. There's a lot I got to catch up on, but man, I got. Hey, listen, I'm a Cardinal fan, St. Louis Cardinal fan, but my other 2 teams, I got 4 favorite teams: the Cardinals, the Yankees, the A's, and the Pirates. So, Jared's a fucking Royals fan. Just saying.
I don't like sports, so I can't help you here.
I only have one favorite team.
And the Chiefs. Blah. All
We
right.
are 1-2 right now.
Yeah, I love it.
I bet you do.
I love every second of that.
feel like
Watching that. We're 3-0. The Raiders are 3-0, baby.
I know, man.
I feel like I'm
It's
at work
crazy.
right now. The 2 people in the
It's
lab, all they do is
crazy.
talk about
Keith,
sports
learn the
all day.
sports ball.
I don't like sports. Get your foosball out of my face.
F the A's. Hey, so if you can see behind me, there's a Jose Canseco jersey.
Mm-hmm.
He was my favorite player growing up in the 80s and early
Hey,
90s.
You know what's bad?
Why have that?
I know that name because of Liar Liar, and that's literally it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be Nomo. You can be Canseco. Yeah. God, I hope they don't move to Vegas. Yeah, 40-40. I mean, he was the most exciting player in baseball.
He
back then.
was.
That's why. But
was.
he's a kind of a dickhead. But anyway, we'll do a sports show, me and Jared. We'll go to Rage of Razor. that's my regular channel if you want to talk sports. Anyway, you guys have a great evening. We may see you next week. We may not. We definitely will see you for Halloween and October 14th. We'll be coming back with another show. I'm not sure what we're doing yet, but you want to tune in because we're fun. And except for when we talk sports, then we lose a bunch of viewers.
Yeah,
So anyway, you guys have a great evening. Watch some horror. Tomorrow is October. It is the holiday for us. It's the holiday season. So get your lists together. Watch all the horror you can because this is when the regular people do it. And you're going to see it all over fucking Facebook. Regular people like, it's time to watch Halloween movies.
Yeah, and my Facebook's been full of it all year.
I know. I keep seeing these lists pop up from the normal people. It's like,
Yeah.
come
I
on.
saw someone the other day. They're like, I put my list together for like it was like from like the
Yes,
most
Jeremy.
non-scariest to the scariest, and I was really?
Actually, yeah, that's WNUF is on Shudder. It surprised me. Rob Martinez, Jared, I don't know if you saw this. I think you're friends with Rob. He got a
Yep.
special edition Blu-ray of that, It's like I really want to get it. It's $28, but it's like the slipcover has the case like an old VHS tape. It even has a little notch out so you can pull the tape out. Really
Oh,
cool
that's
looking
cool.
set. I want to. Get
I've got it on DVD, so mine's just a regular copy.
I just need to get a copy of it to add to the collection. Did you get to see that, Keith? The WNUF.
I have no clue.
I
What
think
you're talking
I think
about.
Joe Bob did it last year for Halloween.
Maybe
If you
I'm-
haven't, get on Shudder and check it out. It's really worth watching. It's like
Yeah.
a news report.
faux
and then Haunted
documentary
House?
type thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool, man. Check it out.
I think
We'll have to
that's
add that to the list too. We'll get on the list. That's what we'll do next time. We will do. We'll just throw all of our favorite Halloween themed Halloween October movies at the wall and see what sticks. And then Seth will be here talking about how Howling 3 is a great movie.
As long as it's not Hack-O-Lantern, I'm fine.
I never saw that.
God, it's
Yeah.
fucking god awful.
Joe Bob did that last year too, didn't he?
It's so bad.
I stopped watching it.
It's awful.
Yeah. Paul Crisp knows what he's talking about.
Yep.
So anyway, you guys have a great evening. Have a great weekend. Please vote on the brackets. Please subscribe to the channel. Please hit the
For
like
Return of the
button.
Living Dead.
Return of the Living Dead. Vote for Halloween 3 will show up in the bracket. This shirt, by the way, Paul Bearer Press. Check them out. They're awesome. And that's it. Watch horror. We'll see you next time.